Well, good afternoon, everybody. Yes, I'm leaning a little bit because my back is sore. So, yeah. No, and plus I just did a little workout with the punching bag. Just trying to move my arms in different directions, like side to side, straight on, and then backhand and chop and yeah, slap and yeah. Just and like I didn't think it did, but it moved it from side to side, so moves my whole body. So I'm a little bit like my muscles are. I guess fatigue is the proper word. Anyways, um, I phoned up my doctor this morning and find out about some of these things are the things that really pee me off. It's like, okay, I pay money for the blood test. That's fine. I go in and get it done, and it gets done. I've been waiting for a while, and I should have called earlier, so that's my fault. So um, I should have called earlier, but I didn't. But I called today anyways, and I just asked. I know you can't tell me nothing, like the secretary. I said, but you know, do you have any? Did you get my results back? They said, yeah. I wanted a specific number, but she couldn't give it to me, so I said, okay. Can you how is it? And he said, well, usually if I have to, if he thinks it's a concern, he tells me, and then we make an appointment. And I said, so he did. He goes, yeah. So basically, it runs into no news is good news. So I guess I'm okay. I just don't know what the number is or whatever, but I'll find that out. Somebody said, I think we have that in Canada too, but they said, in the U.S. you can go online and, you know, with a special access code and get your, I think it's called My Chart or something. I believe we have something like that there, but I never hooked it up, so I think I might do that from now on. Try to figure that out. So that's okay. But, it just bugs me. You do that, you pay for stuff, and then, you know, they don't call you back, even a courtesy call to say, okay, don't worry, everything's fine. Okay, but anyway, that's one. The other one was we, we all heard the saga of my driving, and I mean, and that's cool, and I know things. So I decided that's it. I'm phoning up today, and I'm going to see, if I can get somewhere else or go someplace else. Anyways, I phoned up today, found out that no, no other place, but he says, oh, did I tell you that the car was totaled? And I said, no. So maybe somebody got in an accident with it or something. I don't know. I said, no, nobody's ever told me it was totaled. They told me that you were waiting for parts, and the parts haven't come in. And pretty much, I didn't say that, but in my head, I'm saying, yeah, you pretty much blamed it on the supplier. You didn't say your car was totaled. And then he said, well, yeah, the car's totaled, so we're waiting for a part for something, and we're going to have to put it again in a Prius. He's going to hook the Prius up because that's the only car they seem to have. But see, he's the go-to guy. Like the guy I go to, like not the driving instructor, but the company is the go-to guy that the ministry goes to. They're all over the country. They're all over the province. So he's the guy I got to go to. There's no other guy. And they use young drivers. So I said, okay. So he said, yeah, it'll be a couple of weeks. And don't worry, we'll get you through fast. And I said, yeah, okay, that's fine. He said, it might be a tight fit. That's what I'm worried about. But, like I said, if I'm having a problem with speed, like they say I am, and I know like I go a little bit over, but I don't know exactly. I have a hard time just driving. Say if it says 60, I have a hard time driving exactly 60. 63, 65. All depends. I'm definitely not passing anybody. People are passing me, so I'm not going that slow. So if I have a problem with that, I mean that should be fixed up with this Prius because they say it's slower than heck. So. Yeah, maybe that's good news. So maybe be patient is the way to go. So so that's it. So that's my Well, that was one of my dilemmas and one of my issues, and so I addressed that today, and that's all good. And, I watched a few videos, and then I've noticed that there's more. See, one thing to know about me, I don't watch TV per se, TV, and I know it's not always 100% accurate, but I watch YouTube, Facebook. I mean, that's all I do. I mean, I'm just the computer. I mean, I watch Netflix and stuff like that, but I don't watch live news. So I know I found out today, and I'm not going to bring that up. I found out today all the stuff that's been happening out there, and there's a lot of people upset and stuff, and yeah. So I just noticed that lately, even on my channel, you know, there's a lot of there's some negativity, and anybody's welcome to the channel or anything, but if at all possible, keep the negativity at bay, or at the door. Like, I mean, I am not the enemy. This channel is not the enemy. I try to talk just about van life and my personal struggles, and goals, and dreams, and that's what I try about. I don't run politics. I don't run religion. All I said, religious-wise, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe in God. That's it. I even told some stories of how I got here, but nothing. I'm not heavy on anything. I'm just like trying to live my life better than I used to live it. Okay. So yeah. So I mean, it just like reminds you of my friend at work one time. He said he was always having problems with people on the line and stuff, and he just used to sort of like throw up his hands, and he got in trouble too. But then he sort of like come out like with a smile on his face and throw up his hands and go, "Why can't we all just get along?" Yeah, I don't know. Why can't we? It's This is like this is like a safe zone. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be. No need to attack or anything like that. So, everybody's welcome. Just if you can remember that, that'd be great. Because I don't like I don't like blocking people, and I don't like putting the foot down. And, I don't like that. But I mean, I will if I have to. And there's people out there that will if they have to. On my channel, the moderators. So yeah, make it easy for them too. Just what you hear here. I think there's some saying they have in addiction or in AA. What you hear here, let it stay here, here. Like, what I mean? Like, yeah, like, share the wealth if if you like some ideas or things that I've done. Yeah, let's share that. That's great. Meet new friends, talk to people, be nice to one another. I mean, that's my thing too. I mean, I have to learn to restrain myself. So, and that's fine. Anyways, what else was I? Oh, yeah. This all falls in line with, there's a few people, I'm not going to name their names because, I mean, they haven't done that wrong. But there's a few people that are out on the road now traveling, and they've ran into different situations and different things, and I'm like, wow, like one of the people I know who's on my channel, and he's been around it, or they've been around for different channels. Yeah, like he ended up he was sleeping, or they were sleeping. See, I don't even know if it's a he or she, but I'm assuming it's a he, but I don't want to, assume, makes an ass out of you and me, so I don't want to assume nothing. But they woke up one night and somebody put a hole in their gas tank, and it ended up costing them a lot of money, and stuff like that. And I'm like, why the hell? Like, if you're gonna I figure if you're gonna steal gas, or if you're gonna hit the gas tank, you want the gas, not just poke a hole and run. And so, that's funny. And I guess one of the things that really irritate me about that, here's another disclosure. I mean, I used to be a criminal at one time. I did, years ago. I mean, years and years and years ago. When I was a kid, juvenile, what they used to call it, juvenile delinquent. I used to do crap like that, and I never really cared about people, what they thought, and they worked hard for their stuff. I never did, and I went through this phase. I was a real butthole, um, you know. And then finally, as I started growing up in my 30s, no, I think it was in my 20s, late 20s. Yeah, I haven't really stole anything since I was 18. But I mean, when I finally started growing up, um, I I started to feel like obviously I had, to change, to get away from the way I used to be. I had to change some things within myself. So I finally started to realize that I know what it feels like when you work hard for stuff and somebody walks in and takes it all, just like that. Even after locks, even after you bombard the place so they can't get in, they want it, they'll get in. When I was working in addiction, I used to be the handy guy. Well, I mean, I'm not the best handy guy, but used to be the handy guy. I had a little bit of money, I had some tools, and I bought some tools, and I had everything. I mean, must have had about $3,000 back then. Thank you, sir. Must have had about $3,000 worth of tools. Um, and one day, and I was fixing the house, and I was putting in steps and fixing broken doors and stuff. Anyways, one day somebody came in and wiped all that out. Took it all, everything. And I went, oh, I mean, I felt it before that. I've lost bikes, people stolen bikes right off the back of my car, stuff like that. And I went, wow, I'm a little slow, sorry. It was like, wow, that's how it feels. So, and I just said, that's not nice. Like, I mean, I care about my stuff, so that's why it's like, it saddens me and hurts me to see other people going through it. And it also hurts me for the people that are doing this stuff, the damage. Because they pay a price. Because I know with me, I was cold. Like, my heart was like rock solid. It wasn't a beaten unit. It was like a rock. I mean, I really didn't care about a lot of things, and I was always struggling with that. I'm glad I moved over to the other side to the point of now I do care. Um, but yeah, like, I even worry, like, someday, like, if I leave this outside or like my wheelchair or something, I mean, somebody could come by, and if I do van life, like I said, if I get back, when I get back to van life, yeah, I'm vulnerable, and that's the stuff that worries me, right? People can't protect me all the time, but, there's people out there that, they dislike themselves so much that they don't really care who they hurt. And that's the sad part, but that's reality. That's for each and every one of us, you know. And there's a lot of sort of like, there's another person I watch and listen to, you know, like I said, not mentioning names, but watch and listen to, and they have problems, with people, trying to pull them into stuff and stuff like that from what I hear, and they have problems, and, yeah, or issues, and they like, hey, I don't want to be part of anything, like, keep me out of it, like, stuff like that. But I mean, it's happening all over the place. It's like, probably the only time I'm going to swear here, but it's like, people that have issues, get your shit together. Like, really, it's for your benefit too. It's not just for ours, but it's for your benefit, because you're the ones that are going to suffer. I know I suffered for years of my ignorance, and yeah, I do. I suffered for years for that. And now it's like, I'm trying to change, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to learn. But, I talk the way I talk, and I have a hard time understanding how I'm being aggressive or whatever, because just I've learned how to talk this way. Something's on your mind, say it. I know you gotta take caution and not like, cause you can hurt people just with your words. Obviously, people know that. And so I have to really watch. And sometimes I hate it when I gotta watch so much. What did I say wrong? I just said I don't like this, and they said, well, you can't say it that way. And I'm like, I mean, it baffles me. So every day is a struggle. We all got struggles. I got struggles. You all guys out there all have struggles. We all got struggles. you know. And sometimes big struggles are easy for you to get over, and little struggles are hard for you to get over, But we all got struggles. I mean, some stuff I think, some guys are like, I think years ago when I was into recovery, some guy, somebody tried to sort of like, bed my lady, you know. Well, I don't know if we were still dating or whatever, but anyways, a friend, supposed to be a friend. And, I had to get over that, like, because I was jealous at one point. But that particular time, it didn't bother me. For some reason, I just said, you know what? Not that I'm Jesus or nothing. No, I just said, you know what? You're forgiven. I'm not gonna let you ruin my life. And that person that almost got together, that person is long gone out of my life. So, like, see, if I would have held all that and didn't accept that, I mean, I would have wasted a lot of my life. But that person has moved on, and I'm like, wow, okay. That's what I mean. There's a lot of things we can get over, a lot of things we have a hard time. But that's the stuff we have a hard time with. That's the stuff you got to work hardest at. Um, but anyways, that's my little, like, I guess my little rant. It's just, my little thing. It's just, I just watched another video. Um, most of the people that I talk about are in the States, but and I'm not knocking the States. I'm just saying that's like most of my core people that watch me are from the States and other parts of the country. So, yeah, and he brought up, like, you got to remember, like, he was talking about stuff like that, and he put somebody out there in the limelight, and it wasn't really a pretty picture, but that you got to understand. We all got to understand. We do this everything, if you want to or don't want to. All, like, my life is pretty much an open book now that I'm out here. So people that try to make a living off of this or try to make some extra cash off of this, remember, there's cameras everywhere, and that's a reality. If you're gonna go off, better do it in the dark, not in open daylight, because you don't know who's watching. The next thing you know, you flip your wig one day, and the next thing you know, you're on YouTube the next. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying. We gotta sort of like watch what we're doing, and that's fine. Don't be phony about it. Like, when I'm mad, I'm mad. But I mean, chances are somebody might take a picture of you. And that's what you got to remember. It's like, I just seem in the world right now, there's a lot of things seem to be happening. And I'm not even, like I said, I'm not even watching the news. And that's one of the reasons I don't watch the news. There's enough crap in my life. I don't need to add any more from what's going on around me. I do have to, I should be more informed, for my own personal use. But yes, but that is life. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I just, it's just things are on my mind. But yes, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to get my big butt into a Prius to hopefully finish my test. Maybe. I'm not promising nothing, but that's what the gentleman said to me. So it's like, okay, we'll see. So, yeah, let's not give up hope. Let's love one another, love ourselves, and, peace. I love you, and aloha. And thank you all for watching, joining me, and following along, and I appreciate everything. Have yourself a wonderful day. Oh yeah, by the way, today's not sunny, it's raining, and a little cooler. But no snow. Yay, no snow. Okay, talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.